Beloved, take a deep breath and let your shoulders drop for a moment, because I am speaking to the part of you that has been holding on quietly, the part that has been strong for everyone else, the part that has been praying in the dark and still showing up in the light. This message is not here to hype you up for a day and leave you empty tomorrow. This is here to steady you. This is here to remind you that you have not been forgotten, you have not been overlooked, and you have not been delayed because you are unworthy. You have been in a waiting season, yes, but hear me clearly. The waiting season is over. The shift has already begun. Breakthrough and restoration have begun. Even if your eyes are still adjusting, even if your circumstances haven't caught up yet, even if it still feels quiet on the outside, something has moved in the unseen. And what has been moving in the unseen is now moving into your life. And I need you to know this in a way that settles your nervous system. You are safe. You are guided. You are held. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not too much. And you are not enough. You are right where you need to be for what is arriving. I know you've been tired. I know you've been carrying questions you couldn't even put into words. And some nights you told yourself, maybe I'm just supposed to learn how to live without it. But the divine is saying, no, I taught you how to stand. Now I'm about to show you how to receive. Because you didn't go through all of that just to remain stuck at the edge of your promise. You didn't survive what should have crushed you just to live in a constant state of almost. I'm speaking to the chosen one who kept their heart soft in a world that tried to harden it, who kept believing when it would have been easier to shut down, who kept showing up with integrity when no one was clapping, no one was calling, no one was checking on you, and still you stayed true. And now, in this moment, peace is being released over you. Not performative peace, not denial, not a temporary calm that disappears when the next bill hits your mailbox or the next message comes through your phone. I'm talking about rooted peace. I declare peace over your mind right now. I declare peace over your home. I declare peace over your sleep. I declare peace over the way your chest has felt tight, over the way your thoughts have been racing, over the way you've had to talk yourself down from the ledge of worry. Let peace settle you. Let peace cover you. Let peace guard you. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. And the reason I keep repeating it is because your spirit needs to hear what life hasn't always proven. You are safe with the divine. You are safe in this process. You are safe to trust again. You are safe to hope again. You are safe to try again. You're not being set up for disappointment. You're being set up for alignment, because this is the season where alignment replaces confusion. This is the season where clarity replaces fog. This is the season where your feet stop slipping and start planting.
I declare alignment over your relationships. The ones that are assigned to you will not miss you. The ones that are not assigned to you will not be able to stay comfortable around the version of you that is waking up. I declare alignment over your career and your calling. The doors that require you to shrink will close without you begging. The doors that require you to rise will open with a peace that doesn't come with chaos. I declare alignment over your finances. Not just more, but order. Not just increase, but wisdom. Not just a break, but stability. I declare that what felt like delay was actually protection, because the divine was keeping you from stepping into something too early, with people too unready, with structures too unstable, with motives too mixed. Some of you were asking for speed, and heaven was giving you strategy. Some of you were asking for a quick yes, and heaven was giving you a lasting yes. You were asking for a sign, and the divine was building you into the sign. So if you've been feeling like you've been repeating the same lesson, hear me. You weren't repeating it because you failed. You were repeating it because you were being refined. That thing you kept bumping into wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And the moment you stopped chasing what drained you, the moment you stopped explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you, the moment you stopped bargaining with your own boundaries, you entered a new frequency. That's why things are shifting. That's why you're noticing your standards rising. That's why certain conversations don't feel good anymore. That's why you can't go back even if you tried. And yes, it can feel lonely right before the breakthrough. It can feel quiet right before restoration arrives. It can feel like nothing is happening right before everything changes. But I need you to stay here with me and let this truth land. You are not alone. You have been carried. You have been covered. You have been kept. I declare clarity over you now. Clarity about what to say yes to, clarity about what to release, clarity about what is your assignment and what is simply your distraction, clarity about what is love and what is attachment, clarity about what is yours and what you've only been holding because you didn't want to disappoint someone else. And as clarity comes, peace will come with it, because confusion is loud, but alignment is calm. This is the part where you stop questioning your intuition. This is the part where you stop second-guessing the nudge. This is the part where you trust what the divine has been showing you in private. You don't need 10 people to validate what God already confirmed in your spirit. You don't need the whole room to understand your path. You need obedience. You need courage. You need consistency. And you have it, even if you don't feel like you do. I'm speaking to the one in the USA who has been trying to keep it together in a culture that moves fast, expects more, and rarely slows down enough to ask how your soul is doing. You've been juggling, grinding, pushing, producing, and the divine is saying, come back to me. Come back to center. Come back to what matters. Because your next level isn't going to be built on burnout. Your breakthrough won't require your collapse. Your restoration won't demand you sacrifice your health, your joy, your family, your peace.
That's not your portion. Peace is your portion. Alignment is your portion. Clarity is your portion. Restoration is your portion. And I'm going to say it again until your spirit stops flinching. Peace is your portion. Alignment is your portion. Clarity is your portion. Restoration is your portion. Now, right here, right now, if this is resonating, if something in you is witnessing this as truth, I want you to comment, I receive this message. Not because I need it, but because there is power when you come into agreement with what is being spoken over you. Comment, I receive this message as a spiritual yes, as a line in the sand, as a declaration that you are done surviving and ready to live. Done waiting in fear and ready to move in faith. Done shrinking and ready to be restored. And as you come into agreement, I declare that your atmosphere is changing. The heaviness is lifting. The fog is clearing. The stagnation is breaking. You are stepping into a season where the right people recognize you without you proving yourself. Where the right opportunities find you without you betraying yourself. Where you don't have to force what is meant to flow, where you don't have to chase what is assigned, where you don't have to beg for what heaven already approved. Some of you have been waiting for an apology. Some of you have been waiting for closure. Some of you have been waiting for someone to finally see your heart. And the divine is saying, I saw it. I recorded it, I honored it, and now restoration begins in places you thought were permanently broken. Not always the way you imagined, not always with the people you expected, but with the wholeness you truly need. I declare restoration in your identity, restoration in your confidence, restoration in your joy, restoration in your voice, restoration in your ability to love without losing yourself, restoration in your home, restoration in your future. And I declare that the next chapter will not be written with the ink of your past pain, but with the oil of your wisdom. Because you didn't go through that to stay the same. You went through that to become equipped. You went through that to become discerning. You went through that to become unshakable. And yes, you cried, you questioned, you got tired, you had moments you didn't think you could keep going, but you kept going anyway. That's why you're here. That's why the door is opening now. That's why the waiting is lifting now. That's why the breakthrough is beginning now. You may not see the full picture today, but you will see enough to take the next step in peace. You will see enough to say yes without fear. You will see enough to stop doubting that you're guided. I'm telling you, the divine is bringing order where there was chaos, bringing harmony where there was friction, bringing answers where there were only questions. You will not have to force this. You will not have to manipulate this. You will not become someone else to receive what is meant for you. You will become more you, more grounded, more clear, more aligned, more at peace. And if your heart is still tender from what you've endured, let me reassure you with a steady voice. You are not going to be hurt the way you were hurt before. You are not going to lose yourself the way you lost yourself before. You are not going to start over empty. This time, you start over with wisdom. This time, you rebuild with boundaries. This time, you move with discernment. This time, you choose what chooses you. This time, you stay loyal to your peace. This time, you remember who you are. The waiting season is over, and I need you to let that become your new inner statement when your mind tries to pull you back into fear. When you're tempted to spiral, say it again. The waiting season is over. When you're tempted to settle, say it again. The waiting season is over. When you're tempted to go back to what drains you, say it again. The waiting season is over. Breakthrough has begun. Restoration has begun. Peace has begun. Alignment has begun. Clarity has begun. And as we close, I'm leaving you with a promise that is gentle enough to comfort you and strong enough to hold you. Nothing was wasted. Not the delay, not the tears, not the nights you had to pray through, not the disappointment, not the rejection, not the detours, not the lonely stretches, not the lessons you learned the hard way, not the doors that closed, not the things you outgrew. Nothing was wasted. It was all turning into wisdom. It was all building your discernment. It was all strengthening your spirit. It was all positioning you for what can actually sustain you. So lift your head, unclench your jaw, open your hands. You don't have to grip what's leaving. What is meant for you is coming with peace, and what is coming will not require you to abandon yourself to keep it. The waiting season is over. Breakthrough and restoration have begun, and nothing, not one moment of your journey was wasted.